to be here together. There's a lot of people here of different backgrounds. So, you were one time in my thought. You were in my house, and that was a thought in my head one time. So, it was not in definite reality, it was not a physical thing at one time. But it was my thought. My amazing wife, she was a thought. Sometime in my head, which came to reality. So who here knows what the term manifesting means? What does it mean?
To bring to reality that which is in your mind and your thoughts and your feelings, to where you focus on it.
Exactly. So taking something that's a thought and bringing it to reality. Right? How many of you here believe that manifesting is hocus pocus? Raise your hand. Let's be honest, come on. Just me? One person. One person who was brave enough to speak up. So the rest of you believe that there's a scientific background behind this, right? You guys know all the parts of the brain that are connected with true manifestation, right? So I'm here to tell you that there is science behind bringing thoughts to reality. And I'm going to share with you parts of the brain that are actually responsible for this. Isn't that cool? Now, I saved you guys from a lot of the science, but I'll give you some. It's not working. Oh, got a little delay. That's part of the science. Okay. So again, taking a thought, bring it to reality. I'm going to simplify a lot of things. There's a lot of details, a lot of connections, a lot of networks in the brain. I'm going to try to simplify as much as I can. So you conceive an idea and you create. Who knows what the law of attraction is? What's the law of attraction?
In simple terms, you all attract.
Okay. Sort of, like it was a stolen term. There is, like in science, we have different bodies and different masses attract each other. The gravitational pull, gravity, planets. So it was kind of taken from that. But the bottom line is there is an attraction between objects, scientifically. So what you bring in attracts other things. So your brain does attract stuff, all right? So in reality, your thoughts do influence your reality. And confirmation bias, we have one brave soul that came here and said, I don't know, I think it's kind of hocus pocus. So confirmation bias is basically a statement that says, this is what I understand, this is my belief in one circle. There's another circle that overlaps a little bit, and here's the scientific data for whatever you're thinking about. And somewhere in between is what we thought of that we actually accept as to be reality. You guys understand that? So there's what exactly is scientific, what we think in our own mind, preconceived notions, and then somewhere in between there is what we really actually believe and understand, right? So there are gatekeepers, all right? So the reticular activating system, it's a real thing, right? This portion of your brain, it's above your spinal cord, that goes to every section of your brain. What does it do? Basically, it's a filtration system. It's a filtration system that takes in all information from your eyes, your ears, your body, your organs, and tells you what is important, what's not important. And we'll get to why all these are connected and how this has to do with you.
And I gotta interrupt for 1 second. If you have a white Mercedes SUV or a red Nissan Sentra, we need you to move your car really quickly. Apologize for the timing.
Red Nissan, that way. Anybody? White Mercedes, red Nissan. Okay,
Sorry.
which one do you have? Nissan, white Mercedes, anybody?
Anyway, now I'm part of the law of attraction. My amygdala, okay, is another part of the brain, the temporal lobe, okay, that is responsible for emotions, right? What do you think, what emotion do you think that amygdala is the most active in your life? Anybody take a stab at it?
The negative emotions.
Fear, anxiety. So all the information goes through the reticular activating system, goes to the amygdala, all this information goes and goes, oh my God, fight or flight, I'm being attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. I better run. Because that's a negative. That life, oh my God, did you see the news? Oh, did you see the neighbor? Oh, did you see this? Did you see that? These are all amygdala activating things. But we know what it also does? Happy things. When we're happy, when we're excited, when we have joy, the amygdala goes off too. Isn't that awesome? And then we have the hippocampus, another part of your brain that is the storage center for all your emotions. So, you know when you touched a hot stove when you were young? Do you know why you don't touch it again? Oh, some of us do. No? Because it's a memory. It's stored. I retrieve it. I retrieve that memory. I'm not going to touch that hot stove again. Right? Do you know what it also does? It contains the memory of all your skills, your talents, your abilities. It's also stored there. So that's pretty awesome, right? And some of the hormones I decided to throw in, but there's a ton more. But you know, dopamine is we accomplish something and we're happy. We did something. That's dopamine, right? It's a part of the brain that's actually active when you accomplish something. Norepinephrine. When we are running from the saber-toothed tiger that's chasing us, that has to kick in, right? Those chemicals, something's got to give us a boost, right? So that's a boosting hormone. Boom. Got another play, no worries. We'll wait, okay. So, back to, as I said before, the reticular activating system is always on. It's never off. Your body's always receiving information. So, going back to the law of attraction. So the bottom line is, if you think good things and you input good things to your eyes, your ears, guess what happens to your brain? You're attracting, you're sending signals to places, hey, this is good stuff. This is what I need. How about if my eyes and ears are seeing bad, 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 bad. Guess what happens?
You'll attract bad.
Attract bad, right? So it's just your way of perceiving. So, give you an example. When you put on your socks, those of you put on your socks this morning, do you know that you have socks on right now? No. You don't think about your socks, right? It's not that important to you. So your socks are like, oh, I have socks on this. I don't feel it anymore, right? It's on my body, but I don't feel it. It's not important information. Can somebody tell me here who saw red cars on the freeway today? Did anybody see a red car on the freeway? You saw one? Anybody else? Okay. What if now I tell you, today, by 5 p.m., when you're on the road today, I'll give you $5,000 for every red car you saw. How many red cars do you think you'd see? All right? So that attention to perception with the reward goes through this reticular activating system and starts to gather information so you see more red cars. Do you understand? So now, if I put in positive things, I have my attention to something, guess what? No more hocus pocus. My brain is actually focused on that particular thing. So, amygdala. The main function of the amygdala is to respond to emotional stimuli. If I keep feeding my amygdala doom and gloom, I suck, I'm horrible, I'm the worst person, everything's terrible, the world is out of control, my neighbor sucks, my fiance sucks, my kids suck, everybody sucks. Fear and anxiety, there you go folks. Actually part of the brain that's activated. What if I'm positive, things are good, thank God, look at the beautiful weather. I'm in a beautiful place, learning from beautiful, amazing people. I can learn something, I can take something away, I can be better by the time I leave here. Part of the brain. Real, not hocus pocus. Okay? And the hippocampus, again, rewinding the storage, bringing out, oh my God, everything is horrible. Remember what happened last time I tried something new? It was terrible. That didn't work out. Or, man, I have a good opportunity. I'm gonna hear some things. Maybe I'm gonna change my life. Maybe I will manifest a beautiful house and work with beautiful people and have financial independence. Maybe that'll happen to me. Yes, I'm gonna move my life forward. So, there's a lot of processes that happen in your brain. So the main benefit of true manifestation is control of your life. Do you want emotions controlling you, or do you want to control your emotions? Exactly. So you want control of your life. You don't want something control of you, do you? You are your brain. When you have conscious thought, it's a higher level thinking. You actually bypass some of the emotional centers. This is why I'm teaching you this. So one of the ways to combat fear and anxiety is to do action and to think higher level thoughts. Once you include intellect, you bypass physical, brain, emotional centers. You guys understand? So, evidence of positive change, when you start thinking good, you start feeling better, you've taken control of your life, guess what? You can observe positive changes in your life. Things are better, right? Fantastic. So, and then you want permanence. You want to be part of your life. Positivity in all these parts of the brain, manifesting should be part of your life. Permanently, not on a temporary basis. So, like I said earlier, you are here because I manifested you. You're here because I had you in my thoughts. You're here because at some point, my reticular activating system started having ideas. We set goals and put them in motion. The amygdala allowed me to recognize what I needed, right? All the positive things, right? And we took the resources and made this happen. The hippocampus made me realize, hey, I'm not some idiot. I know a little bit. What do I know? I know about this. So I'm going to help other people understand how the brain works in a simple way. And maybe they could take their positivity and change their lives. And then you are the manifestation of what happens when a thought becomes reality. You're here because of it. You're in here in a house that was manifested. You understand? So, what are some techniques? Visualization. You have to visualize yourself being great. You have to visualize yourself being better than you are today. Does anybody here believe that they are the greatest thing that they could ever be? That's it. You have reached your max. You have reached your potential. Anybody? I didn't think so. So we can all strive to be better, correct? Right? Give me a hell yes.
Hell yes.
All right. So visualizing, you have to see into the future. It's not hocus pocus. You have to see yourself in 5 years, 10 years. You have to see yourself in this house. You have to see yourself driving a Lamborghini. You have to see yourself on your yacht. You have to see it. Visualize. You have to do the future. Affirmations. You have to tell yourself, I am good people. I have skills. I have knowledge. I can do this. I can do that. I can do it. I am Mr. and Mrs. Manifest. Okay. And then practice gratitude. Thank God. Could I have a bigger house? Sure, God willing. Could I have more stuff? It's only stuff. You have to have gratitude where you are, and you have to be thankful with the skills and the health you have, and the things that are driving you, right? And be thankful for those things. Could you make it better? Sure. Believe me, God wants you better too. So, how do we overcome challenges? Here's my skeptic guy, okay? All right? So, if this really worked, Dr. Slava, wouldn't I already do it? That's one skeptic. No. Did you do it before?
No.
Have you changed your mind?
Probably.
All right. It's a good start. Okay? The point being is, right, this is a challenge. One of the challenges is, I would already have done it. No, you wouldn't, because you never tried it. Fear of change. One of the biggest reasons people don't change is fear. What if I become successful? What if I can't do it? What if people think I'm stupid? Who cares? Okay? That's all it is just doing an objection to yourself. That's a challenge. And we learn that these negative things are not good. And, you know, the biggest one also self-doubt. I can't do it. So don't stop stimulating those areas of the brain with negativity. We attract, we put in positive, we get out positive. We hear positive, we see positive, 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 positive. You will be positive. Yes, sir.
Good question. So now, let's say somebody overcomes those challenges and they become a better version of themselves. How can they overcome self-sabotage? And going back to where they came from.
Work. Self-work. Now I'll give you an example. If I worked out for 1 week before spring break, okay? And I worked out really hard. I went to spring break, man, I'm gonna be looking good this spring break. I'm trying to find me a fly person to be with, right? And then the day after spring break, you quit until the following spring break. Are you gonna lose everything? Right. So this is a muscle that has to be worked. Positivity is not easy. Have you ever heard of a guy named Tony Robbins? Okay? Ed Milet, Dr. Slava. Okay? So sometimes we get upset, right? If anybody knows me, I get upset. It happens. Sometimes I get sad. It happens. Sometimes, you know, I feel I'm not quite where I need to be. That's okay, but I don't stay there long. So you're gonna be in a state that's only human. These areas of the brain, you're not changing right away. Remember, you saw the brain with all those arrows where it goes to different parts of the brain? You have to train parts of the brain. It's trainable. You have to train the brain just like you train your muscles, right? And when you train the brain, just to train your muscles, all of a sudden you attract amazing people. You are successful. You're financially independent. Money is coming. Business partners are coming. You're doing well. You're driving a nice car. You're living in a nice house. You have an amazing spouse. I mean, the point being is input, 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 output, 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 output. You guys understand? It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.